is one of the deepest gratitude to Frank Reichley of Buffalo, who can teach any trial lawyer in New York City plenty of lessons, and to Tom Boland, who worked with them. I couldn't have succeeded without them. We felt from the beginning of the government's case on that witnesses like Fugazi Garfield and Rowan would not be believed by the jury, and Mr. Reichley's cross-examination developed all of those facts.
Do you feel that the first trial, which resulted in a mistrial, perhaps had bearing on the second one?
Not really. I don't know what would have happened at the first trial if the one juror's father hadn't unfortunately passed away and there were a mistrial. As far as any bearing on it, the only thing it could have had actually is an unfavorable bearing on me in this trial, because there were some inaccurate newspaper stories saying that the jury in the first trial on one count stood 11-1 or 10-2 against us or something like that, which was not the fact. And if jurors in this trial read that and were influenced by it, it could only hurt us. And that's another great tribute to the jury system. These jurors, 12 people from all walks of life, Democrats, Republicans, everything, never saw one of them before in my life. They sat there for 5 weeks, they heard the evidence, they had been saturated with a lot of this prejudice before, and they couldn't have been fairer to me.
What are your feelings about the role of the FBI in the case?
It was an amazing thing. The FBI assisted the prosecution in this case and developed the evidence as is their obligation under the law. But when certain points of evidence came up, we as the defendants called FBI agents. And when they got on the stand, instead of trying to help the prosecution in any way, were right down the middle and gave the truth and the facts, which was a great demonstration to me as an American that the FBI favors no one, and it's going to be just as fair to a defendant as it will be to a prosecutor. And I think everyone in the country can have the utmost faith in the FBI, as I do, particularly after this experience.
Mr. Cohn, how do you feel?
I feel great.
What is your reaction to the acquittal?
My reaction to the acquittal is a reaffirmation of the faith I have, the fact that God has put us in a country which lets one have a trial by a jury of his peers, and that no matter what the elements arrayed against you are, you get your day in court. And I got mine, and the jury unanimously on all 7 of the counts voted with us. My reaction...
Do you feel that these charges were brought about in the first place because of a personal vendetta by the Attorney General, Robert Kennedy?
I have no comment on that. I'll leave him to Barry Goldwater and Lyndon Johnson.